Hello everybody, this is Sonya. I'm in Australia and I should have had a drink of water because yeah, sorry about this. We're having a pretty warm day today, I think. It's only just starting to get warmer outside, so I've got a start on our stump work daffodil. I just wanted to do one to see how big it had to be, and I did. I started to use this tiny bit of, with a really thin piece of crochet thread. If I can get in a bit closer, we might be able to see a bit more. And I found it too small because it was making the petals too thin. I'm doing this with a woven bar. It's not actually you'll see how it works in a minute, okay? So I decided I'd get a thicker thread and try and do it a little bit wider because it's only got 4 petals, I think. We only have 4 petals. No, we have 5 petals. We have 5 petals. Why would you put 4 petals on it, Sonia? Anyway, so we've got to have that, and we've got to have its inside bit. So I've done one, and just to see what size it'll need to be. I think I come back through the same hole I went down through there, and that's not right because now I've pulled that over. That's not a good look, is it? So what you do is you come up where you want this to be. Now I'm going to have to put a mark on this because I'm going to have one there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I've got 3. I've got spots. Okay, I put some spots on. So you can see I've got some spots on there. So I'm going to go down at this point here, alright, and get a bit of this string out of the way. Get yourself a pin. I had it here a minute ago. Ah dear, let's get another one out of the big cushion. Goodness me. Okay, so this goes here like this, at the same depth you want it as that one, which is about there. If I eyeball that across there, that'd be about right, I think. So you want to put that in there. Okay, now pull that down, put it in a bit further. Right. Now come up here on this side, and maybe I'll go and do this bit first. So I'm going to go under there, right? Take it across here and go under here. Actually, no, don't do that. Go under the other side piece first. I need to pull that up a bit further. I'm just a bit wary about pulling the whole thing down. Go under this piece first, right? So use the back of your needle if you're worried about getting it caught, because that's a possibility. So you can go like this. Go under there, right? Now, I'm going to do it front ways and make sure I don't stick it through. If I do, I'll feel it and I'll fix it, okay? So what I need to do, I want to make sure that I don't pull it in too tight, but I do need it to be snug. Okay, I need it to be snug, but I don't want it to be too tight, okay? So just manoeuvre that down to there, and then you come back under here. Because if you get it caught in your piece of thread, it will all go wrong. You know, so just do this way, right? Time. Look at the time. Okay. Rightio, we should be right now. Okay, we go under there. I think I've got plenty of time now. That's good. Because this is a thick thread, it's just I have a bit of thick crochet thread, and I think to myself, what am I going to do with that? But you know what? It just depends what you're making. If you need something a bit, so the stump work things are, you know, pretty sturdy looking, so we could put it on here. So we keep going right up to the top like that, and then we can take our pin out, and because it's not connected at all to the fabric, you're only working you're only working with the thread, through the thread. You're not going through the fabric, because you want it to sit up, don't you? You want it to be daffodil like. Now I'm going to go back. Where am I coming through this side? I'm going to go back under there just one more time. Try not to pull it too tight. Now, I sneak down the back by going under my thread, not through the thread. If you can help it, just go pick up a few pieces, because you want to just go down to the back. You don't want to pull this too tight here, because otherwise you will distort it. If you were making something that you wanted it to look a bit twisted like, you'd pull on it. I don't want to do that now though, because I can't show you that. I'm sorry, because I don't want to pull that and distort it. Okay, so we go down there, and then we'll go back down the back again, righto? And then I want to come up again, but not in the same place. I'll try really hard to just come through there without coming up the same hole. I did it. Okay, so now I'm going to the next spot. I'm going to get me, I must throw these things when I take them out, just chuck them flying and just see, that's a good word. Anyway, sorry about that. So about that there's at the level, you reckon? That's about right, isn't it? Same distance. Okay. Down in this where the other spot is, and pull that down. Don't get too quick or too carried away though, will you? Okay. Righto. Now I'm going to come up at this side. I'm going to have to take that down a tiny bit further, because it wasn't straight up along there. I needed that to be a bit straighter. I hope this is the right length too, because I'm thinking it looks a little bit short, but that doesn't matter. It'll be fine when I get there and do it. It'll be good. I think it looks nice. I've got all these bits of stuff all over this fabric, as you would have seen if you watched you will see if you watch the video tomorrow, all the bits and pieces that I've got hanging around the house that I've been doing over the years. So if you like, you can keep these pinned down until you get to the... But I couldn't do that because I had to show you what I was doing, didn't I? I don't think this one's nowhere near as long, but I'm not going to worry about that. I don't think. Let me see. Maybe I should. Maybe I should take it out. I've heard one lady say that she didn't think we should take it out, but I do. I'm sorry about that, I do. I'm a bit more finicky. Some people don't like to undo their work, and that's fair enough. If you don't want to undo it, that's up to you. I just want this to be a tiny bit higher. Just a tiny bit. I just feel like it's not quite right. Did I move it up? I don't know that. Yeah, that's a bit better, isn't it? And I think it was a tiny bit wide too, It was just a bit further. So just a bit further. There we go. I thread that. Would have had it threaded before, but I pulled it out, didn't I? So you don't have to put it down there before you thread it. It's your piece of work, and you can do whatever you like with it. Now I'm going to come up here because I want to move it over, and I'm going to go behind it, and then I'm going to come over here and go up this way, right? And then this way. You do this with a finer thread, and it'll look a lot neater, maybe, and a lot finer too. It just depends on what you're going for. It will take a lot longer to make. That was the issue with me, because I didn't want to be here. I wanted to show you how to do it, but it would have took me a really long time if I'd have used that really thin thread, because as it was, it did take me a long time to do the one thing that I did, because you have to do a lot of weaving then. You do one of these, and it's called a needle weaving bar. This is needle weaving too, but I just don't understand. I don't know what the name was. It really is. It's a woven bar stitch of some sort. So that's all you need to know, really. I think if you go and look it up somewhere, you'll probably find it. What it's called. Now I'm not going anywhere near the fabric. Okay, I'm just picking up the piece of I'm going to have to end this off. I'm just picking up the stitches, okay? And this is coming up to look like a daffodil. We'll see, won't we? Oh, well, it'll be good like one anyway. It'll be the best version I can do today, probably. Let's go down the back of here, but don't pull this too tight, okay? Just get hold of it there and just don't pull too tight. I'm going to cut that off there because I've got to get another piece of thread. And I'll just put that there and it should not come out. Should not come out. Okay, right, now I've got that. Now, if you wanted to, you could make them wider. The only thing is you'd have to put the 3 strands of cotton, and we're not doing that one today, so this is the one we're showing you today, okay? So I do this one so I can do the inside as well. There's a cup that goes in the middle. There's a little cup in the centre, doesn't it? It's called a daffodil. Okay, so I'm coming up through really close to here where I would have come out before. Now I want the pin that I flung across the way here, the red one with the red top on it this time. And we need to make it to about there. Where am I? Here. Yeah, that's about right, I think. Not very good eye judgment on that, am I? But I've got to get the next one in this last space, so we don't want to make them too close together, otherwise it won't be able to fit it in there. Oh well, they will. The last one will be too big, but it should be right. Looks like it's going to be okay. So now you're going through the material now, but now you're not, okay? You're just going underneath your piece of thread, okay? You don't want to go through your fabric at all. Whoop. That happens, but if you're careful and you just don't pull anything too tight, don't get excited and get all get one thing caught and the whole lot will go skew with, won't it? Pull it all out of shape. I'm not actually doing any projects with any of this stuff because I want to just show you elements of the stump work that you can do yourself, okay? And then you put it into your own stitching, whether you do this on the crazy patchwork or a stump work piece or whatever you want to do. It's up to you, but I just want to show you how to do these sort of things, you know, the ribbon work. Well, I've done some ribbon, but not much. The beading work and the stitches, and this is just for to help you to learn to do more things. As for doing it on a design, well, I have got enough things like that, you know. Over the years I've made plenty of things, but I intend to do a bit more different stuff too soon, so. I know I'm going to do the stitches for the rest of the year, but I'm not sure about these other two things, the beading and the stump work, but you never know, I might be able to keep it up. Okay, so that's, because there's a lot to be learnt. There's a lot to be learnt. There's a lot of things I can teach you how to do, because that's, I think, a few things. I mean, there's wool embroidery and ribbon embroidery and everything. We haven't even attempted any of those things yet. Maybe later one day we will. Righto, now I've got myself stuck here. Hang on to that little bloke while you're pulling this through here, okay? Because you don't want to take that down too far. Right. Now I'm going to bring it down. When I mean that, I meant this thread. You don't want to pull it too tight and too hard, because you'll pull down the top of the peak of that piece of work there. You pull him down and he won't be pointy like that at all, or sitting up. I'm just going to go, I've just made this go right down to the bottom. Hope I can put it through the other side. No, I haven't. I've just gone down in the middle of there, you know, just keeping it at the back so it's not, just take it round a tiny bit this way. Bring him round there somewhat. Put that down in there. Whoops. You're going too fast on you. Come up again. I suppose it does depend on how far you pull that round, but if you get it tight enough, I might put that in. That's really closely there to that stitch I want to get. Okay, I hope you could see what I was doing. Probably not. And I fling that pin. Here we go. Right, now that looks about right, doesn't it? About the right size. Probably a little bit wider. The main part you've got to worry about is there. You don't have to worry about where your pin comes out there. It doesn't matter really where that pin comes out. Oh, what am I doing? I've got a knot now. Okay, so we're going to go over here. This looks a lot wider, doesn't it? And it won't be, because I can take it in a tiny bit by moving it. But I reckon it probably would have looked a bit better if it was wider, but we're just doing this for today. It might be alright, I think. Whoops, went through the thread. There, don't want to do that. Around there. Whoops. Everything's going to get caught. It's okay. Nobody panic. It's fine. Through there. Through that one. Right through here. This one. Wait a minute. I think I've gone through the thread. Goodness me. I caught that too late, I think. Go back and see if I can just pull it back through. Will it go back through? Oh no, I didn't do it at all. I didn't catch it at all. Oh dear. Well, that's good that I didn't. Now, you could do this with any sort of flower. I mean, whatever sort of flower you want it to be, with any colour. Whatever you like to do, eh? It's all up to yourself. I'm really pleased with this, how this is turning out. I quite like this last one a bit better, but they're all looking good. It just depends how wide you make it, see, because I think it's a little bit wider at the base, and that's because I needed to do that to make it fill up the circly bit in the centre. Okay. Now we're going to do a really interesting bit in a minute. Oh well, it's easy, but we're going to make a little cup for the centre of it now. Take this down the back. Oh dear, I've taken it to... Now just adjust yours to how you need it to be back to where it was. Please fix it. So maybe I didn't do enough in the top of that. I just got carried away. I was getting excited about getting it finished. I might have pulled it down too far though, so you just have to be very careful when you get to that bit. And now I'm going to take it through to the back. There we go. Now it does depend on how you pull that, whether you're going to sit it down or stand it up, but you can manoeuvre that yourself where you want it to go when you get to this part, okay? So that's that bit done. Rightio, now we're going to put this in here. Righto. I do like that. Now I'm going to get small thread, because that would not be enough for what I'm about to attack now. I'll attack this now. Okay, so you need something like that. If that's big or not, I think might not need anything a bit bigger, I don't think. I think this one might look alright. They're pretty close to one another anyway, the size of these things. You just want something, you know, that's round. I don't know if that's going to be big enough. We'll give it a go. It should be right. Now, I don't know if I want to do this in a different colour. I don't think so, because it'll be the same. Isn't it white? It's a bit in the middle. I don't know. It's going to be yellow today. I think no, it's yellow. Sonia, what are you thinking about? I might be thinking about some other flower. I'm probably thinking about some other flower. We don't want that. We want this. I don't really need a knot, do I? Actually, I can leave it there. It won't hurt. So I'm going to put this piece down here. And then I'm going to get here and I'm going to roll this around. I might put a bit of glue on that. It'll come off. I only want to put a bit of glue stick on it just to keep it there for a minute while I'm doing this bit. I don't know what the heck's this black stuff on here. I don't know what on earth that is. Just tiny bit on there and just see if I can get it to stick there for a minute. No, that's not going to work. It's not strong enough, is it? There we go. That should go. Should be right now. I have to clean the black off that before I do anything with it. I think I still had that on there the other day too, so I haven't got around to doing it yet, have I? Okay, so now I'm going to stick that on there. And then I'm going to roll this around here a couple of times, like so, okay? And then I'm going to get my needle, my thread, and I'm going to come over to this part, which I've got myself going upside down now, I think. I've got... okay, so we catch that. Right. That's coming undone. So we've got at least 2 wraps that we're going to go under. I might take it down a bit further, but I want it to be big enough that it's making a little cup. So we're going to go around there. Okay. You're going under here, and you've got your cotton underneath all the way you're going, right? And you're making this circly bit. Right. Now I must have tried to pull that through the thread because it was a bit tough, a bit hard to get through. You go like this and around, and this bit was stuck on. Well, still I've got to hold it. Probably would have been better if I put a bit of tape on that, and then I couldn't keep getting my fingers stuck to it. Bit of masking tape, everybody. Get a bit of masking tape. We use lots of different things in doing work these days, don't we? There's lots of different things that you can use because they help you with what you're doing. You know, makes it a lot easier, doesn't it? There we go. I've got him now. He's not going anywhere on me. So we're just going to keep going around here till we catch up to the other side. Try and keep it on the biggest part for a while till you get around a bit, because you need to stop it from going too skinny. You don't want it too small. Okay. And I've got that thread of cotton going the wrong way now, this bit, because I need that to be down the bottom for some reason now, because this is the top. In a minute, I'll get it off here. I mightn't need it on it anymore. Don't you pull that off there, Sonya? Just keep going with it. Alright, good. Oh dear. A bit hard on myself sometimes, aren't I? So I'm making that. Right, I'm going to actually try and incorporate that bit into the... I'm going to try and put it in there, right? So that I haven't got any bits left over sitting out. Righto. I'm hanging on to it, so nobody panic. Don't go through the thread. Alright, and I can just see it sitting out there now, and that's okay, because I can go under there. I can cut that little bit off in a minute, and then I won't have anything in my road. Right, that'll be good. Right, so I keep going. Now the next row, you want to go down in the next row, okay? So this time we're only going to do 2 stitches. We might have to start missing one. Let's start missing one. Because if we miss that one, we go into this one here. Because we don't want this thing to be too big. And I'm going to go back and I'm going to take one of them. No, I'm not. I was going to take one of them out, but I won't. Because I'll just be very careful not to make this too big. Because I need it to be big enough, you know. So you get down there. I've seen people do these with their fingers, but my hands would be too big to make, you know, you wrap it around your finger and then you stitch it. Not trying to stab yourself. And miss one there and go in this one here. Whoops, it's coming off. Okay, put it back in there because it's going to make it too hard for you to see and for me to do. Righto. Push it back there. And go there. Righto. Miss one. Go on the next one. Miss one and go on the next one. And we're back to the start again. So for that, I'm going to just I'll go close to this one because I want to fill that hole up there. I want to do something about that hole. I don't want that hole in it. Wait a minute, I'm going the wrong way. Sorry. I had that right, now I've gone and I've got to erect it. Ah, you're brilliant. Oh, dearie me, Sonya. Sorry, everybody. It was all excitement, you know. There's just too much excitement. Look at this here. It knotted itself up like that. It's incredible, isn't it? I suppose it had my help. Goodness gracious me. Come on, done. Oh, dear. Ah, got it. Yep. I nearly did the wrong thing and cut it, didn't I? So I'm going to go over there and go over. I'm going about 3. I'm leaving 2 and going in the next one. I'm leaving 2 and going in the next one. I'm leaving 2 and going in the next one. Way over here. We're going way over here. Righto. Because we don't want it to. We're bringing it into a shape. See, we're going into this shape here. There's hardly any stitches in this bottom bit at all. Okay, have I got that right? I don't think you hooked it around, did you? No, you didn't. Okay, hook it round. Oh, dear me, have I done it again? I told you not to do this, and I'm doing it myself, catching a thread all the time. Go through there, and then you've got nothing, so you come down to having that little cup thing. I want to cut that piece off there that's woven around in the bruise. We don't want him there, do we? Cut him off. And right back there as close as you can go. Now, I'm thinking we need something in the middle of there, don't we? So that is going to go into here. And I think I might put that in there just to show you to start with. And then I think we've got to find something to put in the centre of there, don't we? Oh, look at that. Now, how good did that work, eh? You think that's pretty good? I do. I'm a little bit tempted to come up and catch a few stitches on it, though, just to take it back down so it's not going to be waving around the bruise. I don't like that sort of thing at all. I've got to be very careful, though. I don't want to distort it in any way. Got that bit. I think I might leave it at that, don't you reckon? Stop playing around with it. Now I need to see if I've got to put something in the centre, because I think there might be something in the centre of these things. I don't know. I think we've got a centre bit, maybe a green bit or something. It's got to have a stem on it as well, but you're going to be putting it in on a piece of fabric so you can put your stem down here. But there's got to be something in there. I'm going to put one of those stamens in the middle of that. What do you reckon? Do I do a white? I've got some tiny white ones that I really like. I think I've got a green one, but I reckon they're too big. Maybe not. Maybe the green one might. One might do, will it? Oh, here's some different colours. Oh, this is nice. I'll have this one. Whoops, I think I need a bigger box. I have got a jar full as well as this, so there's too many for Sonya, isn't it? I'll go through and get some out to put in giveaway that's good near one day, I'm sure. Hopefully it will be. I do like the colour of this. Yes, I do. Okay, so I'm just going to thread that through there, how you would. I'll end this off here first. Okay, and then I'm going to make a hole with my awl. This one's not a good one, but it's okay. Well, I can't really do that because then I'll make a hole in my work. I'm going to have to because I can't get through there any other way, can I? There's nothing else for it unless you put a bead or a knot on a piece of string. Where's the needle I had? I'll put a hole down the middle of here with this. I don't think it's going to be too tricky. I might be able to do it how I showed you how to put the wings and that on things, you know, and the stem and the petals onto stuff. Well, that's testy, isn't it? That won't work for me. Maybe I'll just do a bead on a piece of a bead on a piece of thread. What do you reckon? Would that work? Or just a piece of thread, French knot, even something like that. What do you reckon? Can't see that very plain. This one here might be better. I like this one better. This is what happens when I get all this stuff out and then I trial everything and until you get the right thing, don't you? I really like making this. I think it's really cool actually. And there's lots of things you could do with it if you made it a little bit wider. And we did a 3 bits. I'll show you the 3 bits another day though. So I've got a knot on that. I don't think I want the knot because I'm going to come up. What am I going to do? Am I going to do a French knot? Am I going to do a pistol stitch sort of away from it? What can I do with that, I wonder? Gee, there's a little bird out there squealing a bit. What have I got to put in that? We got those. That'll never go through there. Don't know what I want to do with it. Should I just make a knot and just pull that through? There. What do you reckon? Well, it looks like a bit of green in there, doesn't it? Really, that's what the idea is. It's just a little knot. It's not a bad knot though, it looks alright. Well, it's easier to get in there, and that's the thing too. You don't want to be struggling wrecking it while you're trying to put something in it. I can put a bead on a piece of really thin thread, I suppose. This thing's stuck to everything here. Let's see if I can find a bead needle amongst all this stuff here and get a piece of this. It'll have to be this thread because I don't have anything. Oh yes, I do. One of my good colours here. One of my favourite colours. I'll make a nice one. I will. I won't settle at all. Not going to settle, are we? Now I'm going to use the bead threader, the needle threader I should say. I'm sure I can find it. Remember they were sitting there? Oh, here we are. Sitting fair in front of me. I hope this will work because this needle's got a very, very fine eye in it. Very fine eye. I usually have 10 to 13, but I think this might be a little bit smaller. And it won't come through there. And I'm going to end up breaking something. Right, so that's something that doesn't work all the time, isn't it? I don't know how I'm going to do this. I don't think it's going to go. I might have to I've got 2 threads here, maybe go down to 1, Sonya. Just try one, see if you can do one. Now I've got knots in it and everything. I'm still gonna have a go. We do like to achieve things, you know. We don't like. I don't believe that's split it after, you know. It's all that I've split it. See, I don't. I'll try the other end. So I heard, I was watching Catherine, I don't remember her last name, she does a bit of sewing, and she said something about, somebody said, I think, I can't remember that lady's name now, but she said thread, and it's true. I mean, you know, I'm just saying that it's a thing that I just remembered when she said it, that when it comes off your reel, especially with your sewing thread like this, because it has a certain way that it's wrapped, you should be able to thread that bit easier than you can the bit you cut, okay? Well, tricky for me because I wind a lot of mine onto other things, so I could end up with anything, but with this thread here, it's supposed to be easier just to thread that piece than what it is with the bit you cut off, if you understand. Well, I hope it made a bit of sense, but that's what she was talking about this morning, and I thought, well, that's right too, because I learned about that years ago, so I've heard it and it must be right. I wonder what this would look like, this beautiful Sikorsky kiss crystal. Oh, goodness me. This crystal, I think, would look pretty in there, wouldn't it? I might have that. Now, how am I going to do this? I think I know. I'll get these two bits, right, and I'll knot them together, like that. And I'll put a knot. And this is how I do my knot. I've done for years, but I know there's a different way, and I'll show you that in a minute too. There's a few different ways, because the ladies that quilt do a really interesting one. I've seen different ones do that. You go through this, right, and then you take that back through between your two pieces of thread, so therefore you caught it, okay? Now when you caught that, it'd be good if you can keep that knotty bit at the base while you put this through here, because then that'll look really nice sitting in there, won't it? I think I'll have that. That's what I'm putting in mine, okay? And I'm putting on it too tight so I can't get hold of it again. Come here. I want to lift it up a bit. I can't do it with my needle because it's not long enough now. Wait a minute. Bring it back out a bit. There we go. That looks nice. I suppose it'd be better if it was one smaller one, I guess. I don't know why I wanted to put that in there, but I just did, and I like it. And you can do what you want with your own piece of work. So I just end that off there. But you do that with any other sort of bead too. Like if you want to make it go down in there, or have it so it's sitting up higher. I think it might be better if it's sitting up a bit higher, but that's okay. So that's my daffodil, look. See, that's my daffodil. And I'm sticking to that story. Okay? Thank you everybody for watching. I hope you enjoyed that, and you could make lots of different things with these techniques, can't you? You make lots of different things. So thank you for watching. Please leave a thumbs up, a comment. I always read your comments. I'm only on the internet of a morning and of a night time, mostly. If you see it on there any other time, you know I'm not there. I've just turned it off with it still working, especially on the Facebook thing. But I usually don't do that. So if anybody's worried, well, there's a lady, I think her name was Molly or something, was worried that she couldn't see her work on the thing. That's because I have to approve everything first, okay? And I do that of a morning and of a night time, okay? So about 7 o'clock in the morning, 7 o'clock at night, I will go on and approve what everybody's put up, or memberships or whatever like that, okay? It's just the way that those groups work. You have to do that to make sure that there's nobody coming on there, you know, doing the wrong thing, all right? People could just put up things willy-nilly if you didn't have to approve them, I suppose. But anyway, so I did approve that this morning early, and hopefully you've seen it by now anyway, so you won't be worried. But your pieces of work are up there and they're all beautiful, and everybody else's is too. And I hope I commented on all of them, because, you know, you get to that way where you just don't remember sometimes. So I'm going back and checking, and I'm thinking, well, now you're wasting that much time, so you keep going back and checking. But I do appreciate everybody's work that you're putting up there and all the lovely things that you're doing and showing to us, okay? And it's really nice to have a space where you can share things, isn't it? So thank you everybody for watching, and I'll talk to you later. Have a good day, and subscribe to my channel, and, you know, just share with people what I do, and have some fun. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.